Hello and welcome to another video from Minus Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's now fairly old. It has become fairly collectible and they are becoming harder and harder to find, especially in this mint seal condition. We are looking at the 1995 release by AMT or ERTL from their Star Trek series of 12-inch vinyl figures. And this particular one we're looking at today is from Star Trek the original series and is of Captain James T. Kirk. Now, those of you who know Star Trek the original series was the first series to obviously launch the franchise, and it started in 1966 and it ran for 79 episodes before it was relaunched again in 1979 into the movies. There was 79 episodes produced over a 3-year period, and it was televised originally from 66 to 69, but then of course it was shown over and over again on reruns. The popularity just grew, hence the reason why they started to shoot films back in the late 70s. Okay, this is the model kit in front of us, and it says Star Trek. It says 12-inch tall vinyl figure, Captain James T. Kirk, and it's highly detailed vinyl model kit, and it's got the AMT and ERTL logo at the bottom, and you can see the image of Captain Kirk model kit all pre-built there holding his phaser. Okay, that's the front of the box. Just turn the box around the back. Oh, and we've got exactly the same again on the back, so no difference there. It says a Star Trek 12-inch tall vinyl figure. Captain James T. Kirk requires cryo acrylic glue, painting recommended, and basic modelling skills are helpful for assembly. Highly detailed vinyl model kit, AMT ERTL. If we turn the box to the side, it says Captain James T. Kirk, Special Collector's Edition Series, and Star Trek, of course. Commitment to quality and a telephone number. 1994, the ERTL Company Inc. It's made in China, and 1994 Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved. You've got the CE markings and the warning is not suitable for children under 8 years old. And you've got the barcode there and the date of production, 1994. And on the other side, again, it says Star Trek Captain James T. Kirk Special Collector's Edition Series. There's the image of a finished model kit. It's AMT ERTL, and it's item number 8773. And on the end, we've got pretty much the same again. Star Trek Captain James T. Kirk Special Collector's Edition, 12-inch vinyl figure, highly detailed model kit, and the AMT ERTL logo and the 8773, and you've got the same image again. And just right at the other end, yep, we've got exactly the same again. Okay, that's the box. Now, obviously, this is still factory sealed with a shrink wrap all on it, so we can't actually open it and have a look at the model kit. However, from the same series, I do have my Quok vinyl model kit, which is pretty much all the same. Same again, 12-inch vinyl model kit, and the components, the instructions are pretty much all the same as you would get in the Captain Kirk one. So I'm going to open the box of the Quok one because the factory sealant has already been taken off of this, and we're going to have a look at this particular model kit, which will work the same, exactly the same way as the Captain Kirk one. Okay, so I've opened the Quok box, and this is what we got inside. So we've got all the pieces here. We come to that in a moment, but we've got all the paperwork here. So we've got subscribe to Blue Printer, whatever that is all about. I'm not quite sure. This here is it says read all instructions, study assembly drawings and follow sequences as shown, and it gives you the preparation. Soak all parts in warm water or with mild detergent and wash off any dirt and residue while parts are still soft from warm water. Trim away intricate access material with a hobby knife or craft scissors. Trim small amounts rather than too much material away at a time, and then so on. Basically, it tells you the how to prepare the item for assembly and painting and so on. So that's a little bit of information there for you. You've got the booklet number for the model kit. So it's Star Trek Deep Space Nine. This one is Quark, highly detailed vinyl model kit. And inside then you see the instructions on how it all goes together. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and it shows you exactly how they all go together. And then you've got the stand which he stands on, and this particular one is holding his glass, whereas Captain Kirk there, you can see, is holding his phaser. So that's how it all goes together, and then all the letters and numbers indicate the colours that you would use to paint them afterwards. Okay, so that's that. And here we've got the official Star Trek fan club, and you can send away and join the fan club if you so wish. And I think this one is the paint colour chart. Yep. So this one, you got all the paint colour charts, so it tells you what colours that you would need by the letters. Those are the colours that you need to paint the model. Okay, so that's the components. And then, okay, this is still vacuum sealed. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to open this. I'm just going to trim the top of the bag off, and I'm going to open it so that we can pull the items out and have a good look at the pieces themselves. Okay, so I sliced the bag open, and this is what we got. So we've got the stand on the inside there. We've got the legs. We've got the head and the arms and all the component pieces there. And there we have the glass that he would hold. So, they go to get together very simply. You do have to trim out the put them into warm water and cut out the pieces, and then that arm would slot into place here. You would have to soften up the vinyl because it's a little bit hard at the moment, but basically that's how they work. And the same thing with the waist. So you trim off the bottom there, and the waist would go, or maybe, yeah, just trim off a little bit, and when that's soft, that would sit inside there quite nicely. And the same with this particular arm here, because the arm is bent, and then of course the hand would go on the yeah, I was right. So that hand would go onto there, and you join them together that way. So you need a special glue for this particular model kit, and so you have to make it soft and trim away where everything needs to go. And of course there's Quark's head, which would slot inside here. You trim away the excess, and in it would go and slot in, and you then bond it into position. So that's the model kit. That's how it would all go together. It's not a difficult model kit to assemble. A little bit fiddly with the trimming of the pieces, but generally they're quite simple model kits. The hardest part of all is painting it. I always find that's the most difficult section of making these model kits, is the painting at the end. You should need to make sure you've got exactly the right colours, and 2, you don't get any bleed over, especially when you're painting the delicate little bits like the eyes and the nose and the teeth. So that's always been my difficult thing about making these model kits. But otherwise, they are fantastic. The vinyl kits do go together very simply, and the detail on them is quite nice. Certainly this one on Quirk is a very good likeness of Quirk. Captain Kirk, which is the one we are looking at today, is again not bad detail in there of William Shatner as he was in the 1960s when he played Captain Kirk in the original television series. So there we have it. I think these model kits are very good, and for the time, we're going back 30 years, the detailing on the model kits is very, very good. So 30 years ago, how well did they do? Well, AMT did produce a big volume of these model kits, and they've done the entire range of the original series. and then they've done a range of Star Trek Next Generation, and then they also done a range of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I don't remember seeing any for Star Trek Voyager or any for Star Trek Enterprise, so they might have come to an end after Deep Space Nine. But overall, I think these model kits were very, very good, bearing in mind that they're trying to compete with the action figures. But these ones you build yourself, and you get a sense of fulfillment at the end because you've created the actual figure. So yes, they did rather well. I'll say there was big numbers produced, and these were also, in being that they were the special collector's editions, that seemed to add to the viability of the selling. But again, I think these were more geared for adults rather than the youngsters. You do need to have certain skills to be able to assemble these and certainly paint them at the end. So yeah, I think the older generation, really 14 upwards, is really the age group that would suit these model kits better. Now let's move forward 30 years to 2024, which is where we are now. Do we see these model kits come up very often on the platforms? Not really. They do occasionally come up. Most of them, when they do come up, they are opened or they've been partly assembled. But you don't see many these days that are completely still sealed, shrink wrapped in the original wrapping, just as this one is. Although they used to appear very, very regular on the platforms, going back some years, but obviously people have bought them, they've made them, they've built them. So obviously they're getting less and less, and they haven't been produced since 1994. So no, the answer to that question is they don't come up that often anymore. And again, if you do find them on a platform and you are going to buy them off a platform, just make sure you read the full description of the item you're buying, because a lot of the platforms use stock photographs, and what you order might not be what you think you're going to get. So have a good read of the description and have a look at the images of the used item if that's what it is. Or alternatively, without all that rigmarole, you come to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles, where we managed to find a whole case of these unopened action figure model kits, which we bought from a closed down toy and comic book shop or model shop. And it was an unopened case which had all 4 of these model kits in them. So there was Kirk, Spock, Scotty and McCoy. Well, that's how they come in a case. And all of these model kits are now available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website, and there will be something for everybody. And I am absolutely positive that there's something you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you're never able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful model kit with me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. So bye for now.